Sandy Koufax didn't just pitch, he elevated it into an art form. With a fastball that exploded out of his hand and a curveball that seemed to drop off a cliff, he became one of the most dominant forces baseball had ever seen. But Koufax's story isn't just about what he threw. It's about how he overcame early failure, physical pain, and intense pressure to become a legend. His peak was short. His legacy, eternal. In a span of 6 years, he redefined what greatness looked like on the mound, and then walked away at the top of his game, forever preserving the myth. This is the story of Sandy Koufax, the left-handed genius who made the impossible look easy. If you love stories about players who changed the game, quiet warriors who became legends, hit that like button and subscribe. This is where the real history of baseball gets told. Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1935, Sanford Koufax wasn't always destined for greatness. In fact, when he first entered the majors in 1955 with the Brooklyn Dodgers, he struggled. Wild, inconsistent, frustrating. For 6 seasons, Koufax had a losing record. He walked too many guys. He couldn't find his command. For most pitchers, that's the end of the story, but not for Koufax. Everything changed in 1961. That's when he figured it out, how to sync his mechanics, trust his delivery, and control the blazing fastball and devastating curve. Once it clicked, there was no stopping him. From 1961 to 1966, he wasn't just the best pitcher in baseball, he was untouchable. Koufax went 129-47 over the stretch with a 2.19 ERA. He threw 4 no-hitters, including a perfect game. He won 3 Cy Young Awards in a 4-year span, and he struck out more than 300 batters in 3 different seasons, something no one had done before. In 1965, he posted a 2.04 ERA with 382 strikeouts. That strikeout total was a record at the time, and it stood until Nolan Ryan broke it years later. But Sandy Koufax wasn't just dominating hitters, he was doing it under the weight of unimaginable physical pain. Koufax suffered from chronic arthritis in his pitching arm. By 1964, he was taking cortisone shots just to get through the season. His arm would swell after every outing. Some days, he couldn't even straighten it. And yet, every 5th day, he took the mound and made the best hitters in the world look completely helpless. He pitched in constant pain and still led the league in ERA 5 straight years. He threw 54 complete games during that 6-year stretch and racked up 2,396 strikeouts over his 12-year career. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was the way he did it. Koufax was elegance and intensity. He was quiet but fierce. Every pitch looked the same until it was too late. In October, when the games mattered most, Koufax delivered. In the 1965 World Series, he famously refused to pitch Game 1 because it fell on Yom Kippur, honoring his Jewish faith. It was a decision that earned him widespread respect and intense scrutiny. He responded by throwing a shutout in Game 5, and then coming back on just 2 days' rest to pitch a complete game shutout in Game 7. He was named Series MVP. That performance, one of the most legendary in baseball history. By 1966, he was still the best pitcher in the world. He won his 3rd Cy Young and posted a 1.73 ERA with 317 strikeouts. But his arm was done. He couldn't lift it between starts. He knew that continuing to pitch would risk permanent damage. So at just 30 years old, at the absolute peak of his powers, Sandy Koufax walked away from baseball. He retired with 165 wins, a 2.76 ERA, 40 shutouts, and a legacy that lives far beyond the box score. In just 12 seasons, and really just 6 years of dominance, he did more than most pitchers do in 2 decades. And what he left behind wasn't just stats. It was awe, reverence, silence from fans who knew they were witnessing something rare. Koufax was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1972 at just 36 years old, the youngest player ever inducted at the time. His number 32 was retired by the Dodgers, and to this day, when you talk to the greats, guys like Bob Gibson, Tom Seaver, Pedro Martinez, they all say the same thing. Sandy Koufax was different. He wasn't loud, and he didn't have a signature celebration. He didn't chase headlines. He just took the ball, unleashed perfection, and quietly walked back to the dugout. He was a craftsman, an artist, and a warrior wrapped into one. He pitched in black and white, but his legacy plays in high definition. Even now, decades later, young pitchers study his mechanics. Fans watch grainy highlights of that iconic over-the-top delivery. And writers still struggle to put into words what it was like to watch Sandy Koufax in his prime. Because he didn't just dominate the game, he changed it. If this story gave you chills or brought back memories of the greatest left-arm baseball ever saw, make sure to like the video and subscribe. This channel is all about honoring the Major League Baseball legends who shaped the game. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Sandy Koufax showed the world what greatness looks like when it burns bright, even for just a moment. His career was short, his pain was real, his dominance was complete. He didn't hang on for extra stats. He didn't chase the spotlight. He left the game exactly the way he played it, with grace, silence, and a legacy that will never fade.